This is me. Last year I achieved 200 morale on my main account Heyboxjongen, locking in rank 19 overall and rank 1 of the Netherlands. With having achieved 200 million XP in every single skill, I needed a new challenge. So I made a Maxscape speedrun series where the goal is to max as fast as possible with in-game time. I theory crafted my own route with many obstacles to overcome. This is my grind to the fastest Maxscape. In the previous episode of the Maxscape speedrun series, we unlocked piety, got our cooking and firemaking up with a cool new method, did several quests, mainly Recipe for Disaster, and got the last requirements for Sins of the Father out of the way. And then we made our way over to the start of Sins of the Father, and that is where we left off last week, and we'll be starting off this week. Well, it is finally time to do this quest, and straight away we are tasked with a stealth operation to follow Carl and see what he's up to. Luckily, Carl is blind and he has trouble seeing us here behind this tree. After successfully following Carl, we found out he had a meth lab in his basement together with crackhead Croy right here, and Croy wasn't happy about that, so we had to kill him off right here. With quick work of Croy, and you can also use normal weapons on this guy, but I don't know, I just never know which monsters I can use the normal weapons on and which one I have to use a flail on, but yeah. Killed this guy and then smashed both of the tables. Skipped ahead a little bit in the quest, and we are now at the Iceni Graveyard, and I wanted to show you guys probably the most criminal quest helper of all time. I mean, just look at this, man. Don't even look at the numbers, just click the green squares and the puzzle is solved. I remember doing that puzzle on release, and it was not hard, but I actually had to use my brain a little bit there. Finally, the quest is getting a little bit more interesting now. We have to defeat Damien here to get his blood on the fire outfit to make it noble so we can enter Darkmire. This guy is a bit of a loose unit here, killing off his servant. But he should still be no match for us. Okay, that was really easy, even with my combat stats. But anyway, that is the noble fire outfit achieved. Let's make our way over to downtown Vampire City. And after running all the way here, this guy won't let us in, so we have to go back. But luckily I had my main with me, so I could get some cheeky Herblore XP while I was running through the Darkmire City. After chopping the 8 blisterwood logs, we had to upgrade our flail for the final boss fight. And now we are on our way to the final boss. And for the supplies I just took brews, food, whatever. I have no idea if the ratio is correct for this, but yeah, I'm prepared to do multiple attempts for this since my combat stats are pretty damn low. They are 62 attack and 66 strength and 66 defense, so it's gonna be a pretty difficult fight. I do remember doing this quest on my group Ironman last year. Even though I didn't have access to brews, my stats were a bit better than this account. But still, it took me 5 or 6 attempts maybe to clear this boss fight. And even the brews that I have right now only heal me like 10 HP since I'm 60 HP, so this is gonna be interesting. Oh, and also, I said I made a mistake that I did Underground Pass and Regicide so early without getting my agility up, but I needed to train combat first before I could get agility up since I had to get this quest done for Sepulcher. Regicide unlocks the Dragon Halberd, so that wasn't a mistake on my part. Yeah, I just thought I made a mistake, but it was actually the correct order to do things in. Okay, enough talking, it is time to fight. Okay, wow, I did not think I was gonna make that, but we got there in the end. The start went really well, and I was like pretty confident I would clear the boss with quite a bit of supplies left, but then on the lightning phase he started hitting like crazy and almost ran out of food, but the amount of brews and restores and everything I had was pretty much perfect. Maybe an extra super combat would have been best, but oh well. And that is the quest done! We're getting so close to completing our quest now on the speedrun. It's pretty much only Priv left to unlock, after unlocking Darkmire and Sepulcher. And a couple more quests to 200 quest points. And we're using the XP on agility here, since you need level 60 in a skill to use it. And we're not level 60 Slayer yet, so edgy is best. And it gets us to 64 agility. Finally on my way to the Sepulcher now. And as you can see, I'm cutting gems here, since crafting will be the first thing that we will be multiskilling during Sepulcher. First we will be collecting the 5 free crystal teleports from here. Since when we have to do a farm run or a quest, we have a way of getting back here. And now it's time to start running. Ah, Sepulcher. Good to be back here. For those that don't know, back when Sepulcher was just released, I was one of the first players to do a lot of XP at Sepulcher. I did the last 70 mil of my 200 mil grind at Sepulcher. That's close to 6,045 completions. I also helped a lot of people learn this content with my example videos. So this will be a pretty easy grind for me, given my experience I have with this content. However, doing multiskilling with it is something that is new to me, so I might troll a little bit at the start. And I probably have to explain what this content is a bit better to some of you. Since I get the question like, what is this place, or what are you doing quite often on my stream. So, the Highlands Sepulcher is an agility minigame that is way more rewarding than normal rooftop agility. It was added to the game alongside Darkmire on June 4th of 2020. And you can start Sepulcher from level 52 agility, and every 10 levels you get access to the next floor, with floor 5 at 92 agility being the last one. The XP gained per floor and per hour increase with every floor unlocked. So for example, on floor 1 you only get 575 XP for the floor completion, but if you have floor 5 unlocked you get almost 12k XP for the whole run. So that will result in really high XP an hour at the highest levels. In fact, the XP an hour was so high, especially at the start, since it was nerfed I think once or twice the XP from here, since people got better and the XP rates were kinda getting out of hand. But still, the XP rate for Highlands Sepulcher at 92, since that was when you unlock the last floor, is more than 50% better than Arduin Rooftop, which is the agility meta that people used to do before this. And the fact that it also allows multiskilling quite well makes this a complete no-brainer for the series to do Sepulcher. And that is the first crafting level of many. And you might be wondering, huh? Why is he doing crafting? Wasn't he going to do the crystal shards for crafting? Well, yeah. That's a good question, but I still need to do a little bit of crafting, since when I will be doing mining, I will be using an infernal pickaxe, and that gives smithing XP. And it gives around 1 mil smithing XP in total if I do 99 mining with it. So that 1 mil smithing XP is something I don't have to do with the crystal shards. And to make up for that 1 mil smithing XP, I'm gonna do 1 mil crafting here at Sepulcher to make up for the difference in crafting and smithing XP by then. So the goal for crafting will be 78. And after we finish crafting, I will move to another skill. As of right now, we can only do the first 2 floors, since the 3rd floor is unlocked at 72 agility. I will explain how to get the best times and all the skips on the first 2 floors right now. Okay, quick disclaimer before I start explaining. All the floors that I will be explaining will only work if you are the one that starts the instance, since when it's pre-started all the timings of the swords and the darts are off and yeah, it doesn't work anymore. So you have to figure it out for yourself then. But if you see someone on your world, yeah, just ask them to hop or hop yourself. When starting a new run on floor 1, you always want to spam click your minimap towards the west to make the skips on 2 of the 4 floors possible. Okay, that brings us to the first floor 1. This one is in the northwest, but I'll call it the one where the flames are the closest. Upon entering and spam clicking your minimap to the west, you will instantly start running, and you have to run to the second yellow tile here. If you did a start right, you can now click on the second yellow tile between the flames, allowing you to skip the sword, and you can complete the floor after this. You will have to start running on the same tick the flame is going out, otherwise you can't make the skip. This will take some practice, but it's pretty easy and it will help you on all future floors. This should give you a time of 31 seconds. The second floor where it is really important to spam click your minimap is this one with a sword at the start. And this is the one in the southeast. And after doing the start right, you can click on the yellow tile between the flames and you will run all the way there, skipping the sword. After doing the tick perfect flames, you want to keep an eye on the statues here, shooting the darts. If the first one is firing, you want to move to the blue square and then to the staircase. If the second or third one are firing when you pass the flames, you can just click on the staircase and you will complete the floor. But if the first statue was firing and you were standing on the blue square, you will have to manually pass around the second dart that will be fired. And then for the final bit of this floor, I have this tile marked, and this is where the pillar is gonna be once you're downstairs, so spam click that. And the floor time for this is 29 seconds. The other 2 floors don't require spam clicking on your minimap, just react and turn your camera. For this one you wanna keep an eye on your true tile, which I highly recommend you would use. If you hit the yellow tile with your true tile, immediately click to the second yellow tile. And once you're on that tile, make sure to tick perfect the flame, allowing you to skip the sword, and after that the darts are just straightforward. And this should give you a time of 31 seconds as well. Okay, and now the last floor one. This is the easiest and shortest as well. Just dodge the darts at the start. You can even lose some ticks here and still make the flames, and just stick to the yellow tiles after that. And make sure to tick perfect the last flame for the 28-second time. I will also explain all the rotations on the second floor. For this one to the east, you want to wait on the first square, then run all the way to the second yellow one. Make sure to tick perfect the flames, and also tick perfect the next flames. Then just click all the way across the map. Make sure to dodge the second pair of darts here, and then you will be free to go to continue. And when downstairs, if your true tile is on or past the first green tile when the flames go out, you can make it till the next green square. If not, you have to wait. And then at the end, if you path manually to the green tile and then click on the pillar the next tick, you will save 1 game tick. This is the slowest floor 2, totaling at 44 seconds. For the southern one, you want to dodge the darts and then wait at the green tiles next to the sword. Wait until the sword is coming to a stop at the statue. Then click on the stairs and AFK for a little bit. Downstairs I like to spam click the tile northeast of me and then make my way over. Make sure to go over to the left side of this path. This will reduce the chance of running into a dart towards the end. This is the fastest floor 2, coming in at 34 seconds. For the one to the west with the sword at the start, you can pretty much just AFK the whole way there. Just click on the green square. You can miss around 2 ticks here, I think, before you get hit by the sword. And just keep going towards the flames. You have to tick perfect this one, it's very important. And downstairs also make sure to not miss a tick and move to the yellow square to the side. And once your true tile hits the yellow square, immediately click next to the sword and you will skip it. And then manually path to the yellow square to save 1 game tick again. This one is 40 seconds. For the last floor 2, make sure to spam click north or react quick enough. Manually path to the green tile and then immediately click on the pillars. Once you arrive at the opposite side, make sure to pay attention which statue is firing. If the first one or the closest statue to you is firing, you can't do this skip yet. But if the other 2s are firing, you can immediately just click on the staircase and you will be ahead of the sword. Downstairs, you just want to try to not get teleported backwards. And if I went behind the sword, I can't lose any ticks if I want to make it to the second green square. And tick perfect the last flames for a time of 38 seconds. Hey, welcome back. I hope it wasn't too confusing, all my explaining, and I hope you learned a thing or two from it. But now that we hit 72 agility, we unlocked floor 3. But I will not be explaining floor 3 onwards in this video. I will leave that for the real Sepulcher video when we get 99. And here you can see my playtime as well. When we hit 72 agility, we had 8 days and 1 hour playtime. It's not like too important to have the playtime here. I will have a very detailed overview of the playtime and the levels gained towards the end again. And we're also really close to our crafting goal. Alright, we did hit 78 crafting, but I somehow didn't record it. But now it's time to switch to the next skill, and that will be cooking. And you might think like, huh, cooking? How is he going to do cooking in Sepulcher? Well, there's a spell on the Lunar spellbook called Bake Pie that allows you to have a success rate of 100% on all pies. And you can also cast it while running, and it's so AFK, it's really good for Sepulcher. So, here we are on floor 3 with the Bake Pie spell, and as you can see, it is working quite well. You just click the pie, and then it just automatically cooks all the pies in your inventory. And casting the spell also doesn't cancel your red actions, which is really nice. Same with Imbue. And I'm just casting the Imbue for some extra magic XP, since I already have the runes required for it. I don't have a recording of this, but Admiral pies require 70 cooking, but I was 67 cooking when I started Sepulcher, or I started cooking here, so I boosted my cooking with a Chef's Delight, and then started cooking the pies. And as you can see, the XP an hour for cooking is quite a bit higher than agility, so it will be not long until cooking catches up to agility. Yo, little time skip. As you can see, all the 3 skills have progressed quite well. Magic to 85, cooking already passed agility, and agility almost 82, which means we will be unlocking floor 4 soon. But since I always finish the pies on floor 3, it feels a bit pointless to keep doing just bake pie when we unlock floor 4 as well, since I have nothing to do on floor 4. So I will be bringing darts after I hit 82 agility to start working on fletching and hopefully finish it during Sepulcher. And there it is, 82 agility. It is time for floor 4. I've been running floor 4s for quite some time now. I just hit 2k floor 2 completions just now, so that's coming along quite nicely. And floor 4 is by far the most annoying one, with a lot of teleporter RNG. But still, it's quite enjoyable to get the floor 4 North skip. And what I mean by the North skip is, if you do the teleporter part really well, and you can do the flame wall with only stopping once in the middle, which allows you to skip sword at the part downstairs, and resulting in a time around 1:22. When I was planning my route, I originally was planning on doing 99 agility straight here at Sepulcher, or like getting 40k off 99 to get the final XP from Morning's End Part 2 and Song of the Elves. But after doing some research on a wiki, I found that you can do Morning's End Part 2 without failing at 91 agility already. And I wasn't really feeling Sepulcher anymore, it was kind of boring, and I wanted to do something else. So I decided to stop at 86 and then boost for 91 with a Summer Pie, so I could still do that quest efficiently. And also the XP I get from it is worth more since I'm still on 4th floor and not on floor 5. Which I would be if I went to 99. And that ambulance you just heard? That one is for JCW trying to do a Sepulcher, I think. Anyway, jokes aside. Fletching is also coming along really nice. And if I really try with fletching, I can get close to 200k an hour with Eddy darts, and it will only go up when I unlock Amethyst darts. So I will be easily finishing fletching during Sepulcher, which is kinda nice since I thought I wouldn't be able to do that. And there we go, 86 agility. But that is the end of the episode. We made a lot of progress with agility and cooking, and I'm definitely looking forward to continuing Sepulcher at some point. But for the next week's episode we will be trying to unlock Priv, and that means getting all the quests required for it and all the skilling requirements. And unlocking Priv Dennis will be the last quest unlock for this account, so no more questing. And I want to actually speedrun Song of the Elves, and a lot of people also wanted to see the crystal shards being used live, so I will make an announcement for when that is gonna happen. But it will definitely be in the next video. But I'll keep you up to date. But now I will be putting the stats for the start of the episode and the end of the episode on the screen. And I updated the visuals a little bit to make it even better. This episode was heavily centered around Sepulcher and the skills I did during Sepulcher, but we still managed to get 84 total levels in this video. And we gained 57 HP in 47 hours, so we made another 10 hours of progress in this episode. And thank you guys so much for tuning in with another episode with me. And your support has been insane. It means the world to me, and I would like to thank you guys once again for that. Especially my streams have been popping off quite well recently. And I also applied for partner, but it got declined for now since my growth was like too new. But they said I can reapply in like 3 or 4 weeks, and then I'm pretty sure I will get partner on Twitch then. But yeah, that was it. Thank you guys so much, and see ya.